I am doing a two-player run-through of Unmatched. We have Unmatched Battle of Legends Volume 1. So just got this set up for a two-player game. We're using Alice and we're using Medusa. Here's a close-up of what their cards say. So Alice is a melee, starting health of 13, and then when she moves, she can move 2 spaces. She has a sidekick named the Jabberwock, and is also a melee with a start health of 8. We have Medusa, ranged, start health 16, and can move 3. Her sidekicks are harpies. There's 3 of them. So while the Jabberwock is just 1 sidekick, harpies are 3, and they only have 1 life. So we've got and they are melee, whereas Medusa is ranged. I have Alice starting on the small side of this keyhole token. The other side would be the big one, and would have given her +2 attack, but I think starting off +1 defense would be better for her. I've pre-shuffled these decks, and then drew 5 for each of the characters. I've placed Alice on the 1 spot, Medusa on the 2nd spot. And then I've just randomly decided just to put these here. I don't know if that works, but I believe that's how you place them. I can double check. This is my first time playing this through. This is not a solo variant. I want to make sure that's clear. This is just how to play the game. I'm trying to teach myself so I can teach other people how to play once I can get together with some people to play it. Okay. Right, so the sidekicks just have to be within the same zone as your hero. Zones meaning color. So this one's on the blue, and this one has to go on the blue as well. This one's on a purple, this has to go on a purple as well. And you can see this ones that have multicolor colors, so there's multi-zones, and that's okay to put that there too. It doesn't have to be all the same color, as long as a part of it matches. Alright. So I do want to point out on the back of the hero cards, you have a list of your actions on each turn. So we'll be able to maneuver, scheme, or attack. And we'll have to pick 2 of these actions. And it could be the same action if we wanted it to. There is a max hand size of 7 by the end of the turn. But yeah, we can probably get started here. The point of this game is to try to defeat each hero down to 0. I do want to see when the hero's special ability comes into play. Or is that separate? I guess we'll get to it when we get to it. I don't see anything jumping out at me about the ability, but it may pop out at me once we get started. So I think we'll get started with Alice as the first player. So with Alice, let's see what her 2 actions will be. I think we'll want to move because I don't think we're in close enough range to use any of her attacks because she's not arranged. So we definitely need to move her or the Jabberwock. Probably the Jabberwock because I have 2 attack cards that have the name the Jabberwock, which means I have to make sure that the Jabberwock is the one that I use this with. So I will, so I'll maneuver, which means I'll draw. And then I'm going to move it 1. I think sidekicks can only move 1. So this says, when you move a fighter, each space they move into must be adjacent to their previous space. You may move a fighter through spaces occupied by other friendly fighters, but they cannot end their movement in an occupied space. Okay. So it's a little confusing because I can move 2, which means it says when I place Alice, choose whether when Alice is big, add 2 cards. Okay. Move 2. So I'm thinking move 2 means to move a total of 2 spots among all my fighters. So I will go ahead and do that. So I'll move this 1, 2. And as my second action, I'm going to do another maneuver and draw another card. So I have exactly 7 cards. I was hoping to get a scheme card, but doesn't look like I got any right now. Alright, so that was her turn. So we'll move on to Medusa. And we will maneuver, so draw 1, and then we'll move 3. And I think I will want to move this one up 1. 2, 3 to kind of isolate her while this one harpy defends. All right, and then so I might want to play this scheme because Medusa is on this yellowish shade, and so is this Jabberwock. And so I can deal 2 damage to any one fighter in Medusa's zone. So I think I will do that. I'll discard a momentary glance and deal 2 damage to the Jabberwock. So it takes 2. It's down to 6. And then let me confirm the scheme. When I take the scheme action, I choose a scheme card. Play it on the table face up. You must declare which of your fighters is playing the scheme, and they are the active fighter. Each card in your deck indicates which fighters are allowed to play it. You may not play a scheme card if the listed fighters are defeated. Okay. So it's resolved, and that's it. So those were my 2 actions. So Medusa says, at the start of my turn, I can deal 1 damage to 1 opposing fighter in Medusa's zone. So, I guess I could have done 1 more. So maybe I'll kind of roll that back because Medusa was here and the Jabberwock was on another purple. So it should be down to 5 at this time. Okay, back to Alice. So I'm gonna probably want to do some attacking. So I think right off the bat I need to move to attack though, because it is a melee and it needs to be adjacent to this harpy. So I will draw and then move 1, and then I'll move Alice 1 as well. So I will use Claws That Catch and attempt to attack the Medusa Harpy with my claws that catch. It says during combat, if the opposing fighter is a hero, the card's value is 5 instead. It's not going to be a hero. This is a sidekick. Let's see what we can block with, if anything. Okay, so it looks like I could block with Clutching Claws or Snipe. So in reality, I would not know what this card is. I will place this face down, and then the defender will place their card face down, and then both of them would be flipped face up, so that you could compare the values of the attack in the defender. So we're blocking with that, and we'll resolve starting with the defender after combat, so that waits. During combat does not wait, but that does not apply here because we're attacking a harpy. And then these cancel each other's out, so there's no damage done. But it does say after combat, the opponent discards 1 card. Alright, so those go to discard, which will be off camera, and then I will have to discard a card from my hand, which is fine because I have so many. I think I'll go ahead and discard one of these. I'll discard Momentous Shift. Alright. And then I think that's all I can do. Those were my 2 actions. So now it's Medusa's turn. At the start of my turn, I can deal 1 damage to one opposing fighter in Medusa's zone. I will do it to Alice. So she's down to 12. And I don't think we need to move to attack, but I have a pretty low attack with Medusa unless I use the snipe. I'll use the snipe, and then we'll see if Alice wants to block. So Alice will block, and it'll block with Mad as a Hatter. The numbers cancel each other out, so we're fine there. And then we have both after combats are simultaneous, but the defender does get to do it first. So move each of your fighters up to 2 spaces and then change size. I will move this 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And then I'll change size, so I'm big now. And then this will be discarded. And then this says after combat, draw 1 card, discarded, I'll draw a card. Alright, so I could do one more thing. And looks like I might just want to draw and move. Move up to 3, so we'll go 1, 2, 3. That should be fine. And then we'll move on to Alice again. So I think we'll want to move. So I'll draw, and I'll move Alice to attack that harpy right here. So we'll move 1, and then we'll move this 1. And then as my second action, I will attack. I will attack with this Alice card, Oh Frabjous Day. After combat, I change size. And then I only have 2 options to block with, this 3 or 2. I'll block with Snipe, so this is the highest I can block with. So unfortunately, this will die. And it says after combat, draw one card. So although it is dead, it still does the effects of the card. And then after combat, for me, I have to change size. So I'm back to small, which gives me a +1 for defense. And these are discarded. Okay, so that's Alice's turn. We have Medusa. At the start of my turn, I may deal 1 damage to one opposing fighter in Medusa's zone. I will do 1 damage to the Jabberwock. And then I will I'll play a scheme with Medusa. Deal 2 damage to any one fighter in Medusa's zone. I'll do 2 damage to Jabberwock. It gets discarded. And as a second action, I'll draw and move. Okay, that was 2. And then I'll move here for 3. And that'll be Medusa's turn. Back to Alice. We'll need to do some moving to possibly attack, but we can attempt to attack this harpy. So let's go for it. We'll play the Jabberwock. Close that catch. And then the harpy will defend. And it'll defend with dash. The defense and attack are the same, so nothing happens. But we have during combat, if the opposing fighter is a hero, it is not. This card's value is 5 instead. Okay. After combat, move your fighter up to 3 spaces. So we'll move this up to 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. I'll move that there. These are discarded. One more action for Alice. I think we'll maneuver, we'll draw, and then we'll move. 1, 2. Three. Alright. Oh no, it's only 2 movements with this. Okay, so back to Medusa. Medusa will deal 1 damage to one opposing fighter in Medusa's zone. So it'll just be for Alice. Alice is down to 11 life points. Let's see what she wants to do. Maybe she'll want to attack, but she'll draw and see what happens. She may want to move. She will move. She'll move this here and here. So that's the move. And then we've got 3 feints in my hand. Alright, we'll use Gaze of Stone, I think, to attack, using Medusa to attack. Alright. So Alice has a defense card here, and it is called Looking Glass. And so no damage is done. But after combat, Alice will get to go since she's a defender. Choose 2 different effects. Draw 2 cards, or Alice recovers 3 health. We'll have Alice recover 3 health. Just up to 13. And then draw 2 cards. 1, 2. After combat for Medusa, if you won the combat, deal 8 damage. She did not win the combat, so it's discarded, and then we'll move on. We'll back to Alice now. Also have to remember as a defender, Alice gets +1 because of her token here. So we'll want to move. I'll draw and I'll move Alice 1. And then we'll use a second action to play, it has to be one of these. Either, yeah, I'll play Skirmish for 4. And then we've got Medusa defending, with Medusa for 4. Nothing happens in terms of damage, but Medusa says your opponent discards 1 card, so I'll discard a card. It'll be Faint. And then nothing happens with Skirmish because it didn't win. So that's that. Medusa will go now. It will deal 1 damage to 1 opposing fighter in Medusa's zone. It will decrease the Jabberwocks. This is both on the purple here. And I'm guessing Medusa will want to move, so we'll maneuver and move away. Okay. So, sorry, that's the wrong one. This one should go that way. Alright. And then we'll want to attack, I think. So we will go ahead and use second shot, using Medusa to attack Alice. So Alice will use Skirmish to block. It's a full block. But during combat, we could have boosted. So let's say I did boost, and I would have given the boost value of 2 by discarding this card. So it would be essentially a 5 attack. The defense here on this card Skirmish is 4, but since Alice is small, it gets +1, so it would have blocked for 5. So still no damage has been taken. Alright, after combat, nothing happens there because Alice did not win. Alright, I think that is done. That is it for Medusa. Then we've got Alice. Alice needs to start doing some damage here. We'll draw and maneuver. So we're gonna try to take out that harpy. Using Manx own foe, and then Medusa will attempt to block with Faint. Oh wait, no. Max home foe is not an attack card. Oh, so I can't attack with Medusa. I mean with Alice. So in that case, I'll just do another maneuver and move. 1, 2. Okay. Medusa's turn. We'll draw and maneuver. We'll maneuver Medusa 3. 1. I think that's all I want to move. No, I'll move here. Maybe I'll get the Jabberwock. Okay. And then I'll use dash. So I'll use attack with the harpy against the Jabberwock. And the Jabberwock will block with this card. Oh wait, this is not. Oh yeah. It can. I wish it would have worked. I'm confusing these colors now with the defense. Anyway. So there's a 3 attack and a 2 defense. So the +1 gives it 3, I believe, when Alice is big. I believe that should translate to the Jabberwock, but I'm unsure about that. I'll play as if it does. So it does have 3 defense, so it's equal. But anyway, this cancels all effects on the opponent's card, so nothing happens with Feint. Sorry, with Dash. And that's it. We'll go back to Alice. I'll play one more round, and then that should be a good enough taste of what this game feels like. So with the Jabberwock, I'll go for an attack. I'm going to attack the Harpy. The Harpy will block with Feint. Immediately cancel all effects on my opponent's card, so the after combat effect here doesn't work. But the Harpy will die because 2 damage went through. And there's one more action to be taken here. I'll draw. And I don't think I'm going to... No, I will. I'll move. 1, 2. Okay. No, wait. 1, 2. I'll move Jabberwocky to there. Alright. I have one more movement, right? So I'll move Alice here. Okay, now back to Medusa. Medusa will draw and maneuver. 1, 2. Alright. And then as her second action, she will draw and maneuver again. And that'll be her turn. Alright, so that is basically how you play. It's just a lot, it feels like chess in a more interesting way that's controlled by cards and card effects. Hopefully that gave you a taste of how this game can go, and especially once you actually have real players who don't know what each of the decks, the hands look like. It'll be more competitive for sure, and there'll be a lot more of a faster combat, I think, for sure. Anyway, thank you.